the Monday matchmaker for the welterweight division. Every single fight in this welter division, Colby Covington, Kamaru Usman, all the way down to Muslim Salikov. I'm going to look at everyone in that top 15 and see who everyone in that top 15 should be fighting next. Now, there are a couple of fights like Vicente Luque and Michael Chiesa, or Li Jingliang versus Hamza Chimaev that are already scheduled, but maybe I'll just say who they should fight after that fight or something like that. But the whole entire top 15 are right now. We're going to look at the number 15 guy first in Muslim Salikov. To be quite honest, I don't think he should get another guy below him. He is currently on a 5-fight win streak in the welterweight division, so I think he should definitely get a spot above him. Sean Brady already has a fight. Santiago Ponzinibbio, I don't think he's going to take a step down. Li Jingliang is already fighting Hamza Chimaev. Damian Maia, I'm not too sure if he's retired, and he might take a long layoff after this or just retire. Geoff Neal seems like the perfect guy because he's on a 2-fight losing streak to Neil Magny and Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, both guys ranked ahead of him, so the UFC is going to give him a guy ranked below him to see if he's still a top 15 contender. This would be a perfect fight to still kind of judge if Geoff Neal should definitely be inside of the top 15, or if it might be time for him to close down his career, because 2 losses like that pretty dominantly to Neil Magny and Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, I don't know. We need to see if he's still able to contend in the top 15. And a Muslim Salikov fight seems the most logical for me right there. So number 15 versus number 10. The winner of that fight, I really don't know. We'll probably have to see once that fight actually happens, or if it does happen. But right now, Muslim Salikov and then Geoff Neal. So I kind of changed my mind on Muslim Salikov and Geoff Neal. A couple of guys in the comment section of my live stream did say they'd rather see Muslim Salikov versus Michel Pereira, and then the number 10 or number 11 guy, I believe, in Geoff Neal fight Daniel Rodriguez. And I think that sounds a lot better because both Daniel Rodriguez and Michel Pereira definitely deserve a shot inside of the top 15. So Michel Pereira versus Muslim Salikov and Geoff Neal fighting D-Rod. I think those fights are absolutely amazing fights. So yeah, I had Muslim versus Geoff Neal at first, but I couldn't decide what they should do after that fight. So this little matchup right here was Geoff Neal and Daniel Rodriguez and Michel Pereira and Muslim Salikov sounds a little bit better in my opinion. So yeah, sorry for wasting your last minute in the video right there, but yeah, let's get back to the video. D-Rod, the real deal for sure. Yeah, I might have changed my mind. D-Rod versus Geoff Neal sounds a little bit more right. Because Geoff Neal's number 10 right now. D-Rod definitely deserves the top 15 guy. So yeah, D-Rod versus Geoff Neal, and then Michel Pereira versus Muslim Salikov. That sounds a little bit better. After that, we go to the number 14 welterweight, which is Sean Brady. He already has a fight with Kevin Lee right there, so I'm not too sure what they're gonna do with Sean Brady. I was thinking of maybe doing Sean Brady versus Damian Maia if he does beat Kevin Lee, but I just don't know if Damian Maia is gonna retire or not. So if Damian Maia does not retire, I'd probably go Sean Brady versus Damian Maia. Two really solid grapplers and wrestlers right outside of the top 10 right there. That's probably what I would do. I don't think Kevin Lee's gonna win that one, but if he does win the fight, I'd probably still give him Damian Maia right there. But there's a lot of interesting things we can do after that one, but the fight's already scheduled, so we can't really say much more about that one right there. After that one, we go to the number 13 welterweight, Santiago Ponzinibbio. He just had an absolute war with Miguel Baeza. I don't necessarily think he's going to get a step down in competition. I don't think that's very likely. He already fought Jingliang Lee, got starched, I believe, in the first or second round, not too sure. I don't know if he's going to fight Damian Maia. As I said, if Damian Maia comes back, probably going to fight another grappler in Sean Brady. So Santiago, I said Geoff Neal is fighting Muslim. Bilal Muhammad at number 9 seems like the most logical pick. for Santiago Ponzinibbio right there. I think Santiago versus Bilal Muhammad, winner of that fight gets the loser of Michael Chiesa and Vicente Luque, which is number 5 and number 6. So I think that's a good fight to determine like who should be right inside of the top 10 between Santiago and Bilal Muhammad. The winner gets a really big step up in competition, almost inside of the top 5 of the welterweight division. But I think that'd be an absolute banger of a striking fight. I assume Bilal's probably going to want to wrestle and grapple, but Santiago has really good takedown defense. That fight most likely is going to be staying on the feet right there, so it should be a really, really good fight between number 13 and number 9 right there. After that one, we have Li Jingliang. He's already set to fight Hamza Chimaev, so we already know that Neil Magny has called out Hamza Chimaev, but would he also call out the person that beats Hamza Chimaev? It's very, very likely he would. So I think the Chimaev-Jingliang fight is coming out on UFC 267, so the winner of that fight probably going to fight Neil Magny next. Neil Magny ranked number 8 right now in the welterweight division, and Li Jingliang, if he wins this one, definitely deserves a step up in competition. So, the winner of this one versus Neil Magny makes the most sense in my opinion, because Neil Magny has been firm in his belief that he wants to fight Hamza Chimaev. So this would be a perfect fight. The winner of this fight fights Neil Magny right there. After that one, we go into the number 11 welterweight fighter, Damian Maia. I put right there that Damian Maia retires, but as I said before, if it does not retire, I really doubt they're going to give him a step up in competition. I don't think Li Jingliang's going to take it. Santiago's not going to take it. Muslim's not going to take it. I already have other fights that they should be going against. Sean Brady versus Kevin Lee. I think the winner of that one, if Damian Maia does not retire, they should probably fight Damian Maia. If Damian Maia does retire, I'm really not too sure what to do with Sean Brady or Kevin Lee. But that's an interesting dynamic for the number 11 welterweight right there. But again, if Damian Maia does not retire, probably should fight Sean Brady, but I still think he'd lose the fight. I was trying to look down the welterweight division and look for like veterans that he should probably fight. Ruthless Robbie Lawler already has a fight. Maybe Tim Means, someone like that, but I don't really see another long-time veteran. Carlos Condit just got a loss. I don't see any like veterans. Matt Brown coming off 2 losses and then just beat Diego Lima. So I don't think any of these guys really deserve a number 11 fight. So I think it'd probably just be Sean Brady, or he's probably going to retire. That's pretty much what I have to say about Damian Maia right there. We got Jean-Neil again. I already said that at the beginning of the video. He should fight Muslim Salikov. Yeah, that should be a really, really good striking fight right there. After that is Bilal Muhammad. We already said he should fight Santiago Ponzinibbio. The winner fights Michael Chiesa or Vicente Luque, the loser of that fight right there. Neil Magny should fight the winner of Li Jingliang and Hamza Chimaev. And then we go into Jorge Masvidal right here. We know Jorge Masvidal is a really, really good striker, and he's going out there to make money. So I think if he wants to make money, he's probably going to go for the easiest path to victory, which would be against Nate Diaz, which is going to make him a lot of money. I don't think he deserves a fight with Leon Edwards after getting dominated twice by Kamaru Usman. And Leon Edwards beating Jorge Masvidal isn't necessarily going to get him a title shot. So I don't think Leon Edwards is going to accept that fight. I think instead Leon is probably going to fight like Wonderboy Thompson, Gilbert Burns, or the loser of Usman and Colby, instead of fighting Jorge Masvidal, because there's just not much to gain by beating a number 7 guy. You're not going to get a title shot off of beating the number 7 guy right there. So Jorge should probably go out there and just make some money and fight Nate Diaz in the rematch right there and make a lot of money, and then just retire or look for another money fight after that. But yeah, that's probably what should have happened with Nate Diaz right there. Vicente Luque and Michael Chiesa is next. Vicente Luque versus Michael Chiesa is already that fight is already scheduled to happen. I forgot when it's scheduled. I believe it's 265, or is it 266? Let's see. August 7th. It's 265, right? So it's not going to happen like in a long, long time. It's going to happen in literally just one more month. So the winner or loser of the fight is going to be determined just not long from now. So the loser of the fight, as I said, fights the winner of Ponzinibbio and Bilal Muhammad. And then the winner of that fight fights the loser of Leon Edwards and Gilbert Burns right there. So right now, in the UFC rankings, they are 5 and 6. So the winner of the fight gets a shot at the number 3 or number 2 guy in Gilbert Burns or Leon Edwards. I think that is a very, very good step up in competition. That's what I think should happen with the winner and loser of Michael Chiesa and Vicente Luque right there. After that, those two, Vicente Luque and Michael Chiesa, we go into the number 4 welterweight fighter, Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. He had a very weird performance last time against Gilbert Burns, that number 2 guy. I don't know. It's interesting because right now I think Colby is probably gonna fight Usman, and Leon is probably gonna fight Gilbert Burns. So right now I think Stephen Thompson should take some time off, take probably a half of a year off to see the winner of Leon and Gilbert and see the winner of Colby and Usman, and then decide what he's gonna do. I just think he needs to take a lot of time off after that loss to Gilbert Burns. And I personally I do think Usman and Colby Covington are gonna fight. So I do think Colby Covington is going to end up losing that fight probably by a decision. And if that does happen, I think Wonderboy Thompson should then fight Colby Covington. But that's probably going to be in a while, so he should definitely take some time off, see what the welterweight division is looking like half a year from now, maybe 9 months from now, and then kind of decide what he should do next. But right now, I'm thinking the loser of Usman and Colby Covington, if it is Colby, because if the loser of that fight is Usman, they're going to do the trilogy, but if the loser is Colby, then I think that Wonderboy Thompson should then fight Colby Covington right there. After that, we got Leon Edwards and then Gilbert Burns, the number 3 and number 2 guy. Lots and lots of people are saying Leon Edwards versus Jorge Masvidal due to the, 2 pieces in the soda, 3 pieces in the soda, whatever the case may be. I don't think so. I've said it a lot. I don't think Leon Edwards really gains that much from beating a number 7 guy. Maybe he makes a lot of money from that, but Leon Edwards deserves a title shot, and right now he's got Colby ahead of him, so that's going to take a long time for the Colby and Usman fight to actually happen. So in the meantime, they should probably do the winner, and the Gilbert Burns versus Leon Edwards. The winner fights the winner of Usman and Colby Covington right there for the belt. That's the most logical thing I'm thinking right here for Leon Edwards and Gilbert Burns. Who I think is going to win that fight it's a very, very close one. I don't even want to give my prediction because Leon is obviously the better striker. Better leg case, body case, pretty much everything in the striking. Leon Edwards is just a little bit better. Gilbert Burns is obviously the better grappler, the better wrestler, has better control, better ground pound, everything like that. So it's an interesting fight, but the winner of that one should finally be able to rematch Kamaru Usman after a long, long win streak for Leon Edwards, or after 2 straight wins over Wonderboy Thompson and Leon Edwards, the number 3 and number 4 for Gilbert Burns right there. So that's what I think should happen with Leon and Gilbert Burns. And then, of course, we got the number 1 contender and then the champion of the welterweight division in Kamaru Usman and Colby Covington 2. It's very, very obvious this is what needs to happen for the welter division. Gilbert Burns does not deserve a title shot just yet. And just one win over Wonderboy Thompson doesn't really warrant a title shot because he just got starched and knocked out by Usman. Leon doesn't deserve it just yet. He needs to fight Gilbert. Thompson just lost. Michael Chiesa, Vicente Luque don't deserve it just yet. So obviously the most logical choice for the title shot is going to be Colby Covington. And I've said it many times, I do have Kamaru Usman winning that fight by a decision. I think Colby could win 1 round, possibly 2 rounds, but I think Usman is just overall the better striker, the better wrestler, the better grappler. Pretty much everything in that fight, I think Usman is just a tad bit better, especially with that reach, that jab, the newfound striking of Usman since their first fight. Usman's going to win that fight for sure. But that's pretty much what I'm thinking for the welterweight division. I think Kamaru Usman should fight Colby Covington in the rematch. I think Leon Edwards should fight Gilbert Burns. Winner gets to rematch Usman. I think the loser of Usman versus Colby, if that is Colby, should fight Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. I think the winner of Vicente Luque and Michael Chiesa should then fight the loser of Leon Edwards versus Gilbert Burns, and then the loser of that fight should fight the winner of Ponzi and Bilal Muhammad. Jorge Masvidal should fight Nate Diaz in the rematch. Damian Maia should retire or fight Sean Brady. Li Jingliang versus Hamza Chimaev. Winner gets Neil Magny. Loser, I really don't know. They should probably just get some unranked guy, because at that point they'd probably be unranked or near the bottom of the ranking. So the loser probably isn't gonna get some unranked guy, but the winner fights Neil Magny right there. Santiago Ponzinibbio fights Bilal Muhammad, and the winner fights the loser of Michael Chiesa and Vicente Luque. Sean Brady fights Kevin Lee. The winner fights Damian Maia if he is still fighting in the welterweight division, or if he retires. Not too sure what's happening there. And then Muslim Salikov fights Jaf Neal right there. Not too sure what the winner should get or what the loser should get right there. Jaf Neal, or Jaf Neal and Muslim Salikov. The loser probably is going to get an unranked opponent. The winner, really don't know. I have no idea who the winner of that fight should get, but we'll see what happens. There's a lot of cool things. Maybe the winner of that fight, I guess the loser of Li Jingliang and Khamzat Chimaev. I don't know. I'm not too sure what should happen with the loser of that one, but that's pretty much my thoughts for the welterweight division. That's just me playing matchmaker for Usman, for Colby, for Gilbert Leon, all the guys in the top 15. Yeah, that's what I think should happen. What do you guys think is going to happen? Put whatever you think is going to happen in the comment section below. If you guys agree with any of these, okay, cool. But if you disagree, put why you disagree and who you think they should fight instead. But that's my Monday matchmaker right there for the welterweight division. What division should I do next? I'm not too sure. I might do the middleweight division because I think I'm going in order right now. A long time ago, I started with the flyweight division, did bantamweight, did featherweight, then did lightweight. Now I'm doing welterweight, so we could probably just keep the train going and do middleweight next. So, yeah, that's the Monday matchmaker. Thank you guys for watching this video. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and everything like that. And we'll see you in the next video. Let's go.